Welcome to the Heidi Thorne Show. I'm your host, Heidi Thorne, and in this podcast, I share my real-world self-publishing and small business experience with you. So let's get started with today's show. So I am looking at posts in an author's Facebook group that I'm in, and there was a first-time author who was just absolutely dejected at how little money she was making by selling her book on Amazon. And of course, all of the authors that are commenting, there wasn't a whole lot of detail. So we had to kind of dig in a little bit. And, I had to ask, well, okay, give us some information on your book. She had priced her book like really expensive, like $35. Now, for some books, that's warranted. And it depends on the market, it depends on the genre, it depends on what the book actually is. But I asked for a little more detail, and I looked at the book on Amazon so I could kind of analyze what was going on so that I might be able to provide some insight. I know how frustrating this can be. I know especially for first-time authors who get hit with the market realities. So I wanted to dig in a little bit. So I looked at the title, and I noticed she was selling through fulfillment through Amazon because she was listed as the publisher. And usually, you can see, that a book, if it's done by Kindle Direct Publishing or whatever, it looks different in terms of the information there. So it looked like she was doing it through fulfillment. So that's one problem right there. So for a first-time author, she probably bought a whole bunch of these books, printing them on her own and not print on demand. Problem number one right there. And then I looked at her book compared to similar books on the market, similar topics within her topic area, and it was way overpriced. Most of them were in the anywhere from $12 to $15, and hers is $35. So I guess she dropped the price to around $20, but still it's a little high. And I don't even think it will do well there. The reason being, just dropping the price probably isn't going to spur a lot of sales. Simply because it isn't really a price issue, it's a marketing issue. And just lowering your price isn't going to just bring a wave of sales in there, and especially because it's skewed even a little higher, even at the lower price. And again, because she was doing fulfillment, the actual dollars she was making, and I think she said it was around maybe 25% or something like that, which I guess, in my opinion, at $35, I guess it was pretty good. But now she had to lower it dramatically, and so she would make very little on that. And I felt really bad for her, but it's the reality. And you just can't. You can, what? Here, let me be very frank. You can price your book at whatever price you want. You could price it at $50, $100, whatever you think is appropriate for you personally and how much money you want to make. But you have to also be market competitive. And so I think that was the problem there. I mean, again, we're looking at a first-time author who really didn't have a lot of knowledge of, how to create a price based on the market competitiveness. Now, I've created some resources on how to price your book. And I'm going to include a link to those in the show description, so please do check those out because I offer formulas and how to look at it competitively. And true, you want to make a profit margin on it, but you need to price it compared to the market. And another thing you need to do also is choose the right platform and publishing option that will help you get more money when you do make sales. Now, we've talked about how little self-published authors make from their books. So you definitely don't want to be investing thousands of dollars in any publishing option or printing it on your own. Unless there's a really valid reason for printing it on your own, I just don't see why self-published authors aren't using print on demand. It's true, they may have some special requirements, they want a hardcover or something like that. And then I think you also have to look at, do you really need that for your book? Oh. And so go with the ones that will make more money. And then one of the other questions that the author was asking was, would I make more money with an ebook? Well, in terms of percentages, you probably will. Because on Kindle Direct Publishing, which is the prominent platform, yes, there's all kinds of other ones out there, but if you want the ebook market, Amazon Kindle is where you need to be because they dominate the market. Now, there's two different royalty levels for ebooks. There's 70% and there's 35%. Now, the difference between the two is that at the 70% level, it's only available in some markets. It's not available in all Kindle Amazon markets, but it is available in a lot of them. And at the 70% royalty, you will also have to pay a small fee for the file size. And it's usually for books that are, at least as of this recording, $2.99 and up. So it has to be one of the a little bit higher priced book for you to be eligible for the 70% level. But if you have a lower priced ebook, such as 99 cents or $1.99, or for some markets, then the 35% royalty would apply, and there's no file size fee for that. So either way, you're probably going to make some decent money on it because there's no real physical product that you have to create, and you're not going to be spending, that's not going to come off the top of your profit margin. So ebooks can be very profitable in terms of percentages. The one thing that a lot of new authors have to understand, though, is that ebooks usually are priced in the half of print retail price. So you can't expect to, even though it's the exact same material, let's be honest, it is really the exact same material. You can't charge the same for the ebook as you do for the print book. So lots to consider. And again, I'm going to put those links to the pricing guides that I have online. They're free. You just can look at the articles. It includes formulas and everything. So I'll include those so you can check those out. Please rate, review, and subscribe to the Heidi Thorne Show on wherever you like to listen to podcasts. And that would be Apple Podcast, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcast, and Podbean. And if you like the video version better, you just have to subscribe to my Heidi Thorne YouTube channel and make sure you turn on the notification bell so that you get an alert when a new video is available. And of course, I would really appreciate it if you would share the podcast or the video with your friends on social media. Now, my self-published books are available on Amazon, Audible, and Apple Books. All you have to do on any of those sites is type in my name, go to my Heidi Thorne author page, and you'll see all the books listed there. If you'd like to connect with me, my website is very simply HeidiThorne.com. Thank you so much for listening and for your support. I'll look forward to talking with you again in the next episode, and in the meantime, have a great day.